Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend and had a good week. And I'm wishing you all um, a good upcoming week as well. I'm here to talk about what's going on in the news feeds, even social media feeds, and talk about some of them and cover them, and also share my personal opinion. I'm going to start off with the weather. Did hear that there was like a little tropical wave out there causing some rain to certain Caribbean islands. Rain is good, especially if you're having a drought, especially where I am. And also if you've been feeling the heat. We've been in the 90s. I heard like in the some of the European nations like UK and stuff is having a heat wave, and they're not accustomed to it, and their buildings were built to keep in the heat because it's usually very cold. So I think last year too they were experiencing a heat wave, and they're not accustomed to it. So you can see the weather patterns has been changing, and there's been more extreme weather condition throughout the years recently. So yeah, we've been experiencing drought. So they're saying it's going to rain today. So I am going to appreciate that. It is kind of cloudy with the sun peeking out. So I actually can sit out, on the patio and not like melt. I know sometimes it's so like heavy, the heat, and we have high humidity here. Today I checked, it was like 76%. And I think one day last week, I actually early in the morning was 93. I was like, ooh. So girls, when and even fellas, if you're concerned about your hair, the humidity sometimes is not the greatest thing for curly hair people because it frizz. For straight hair people, goes limp. But so the braids and twists and the ponytails come in handy, ladies. So yeah, that's what I go for to handle the humidity. Moving on from weather and hair, let's get into like the news part of it, as far as the war that the USA is involved in with Israel and in the Middle East countries. So, in the independent news cycle, I heard that three Mq9 Reaper drones were shot down. Those are American drones, were shot down by Iran, right? You might not hear that in the mainstream because they tend to cover up and have the current administration more in a they want to present them in a more good light, a favorable appearance, but things are going on. They are losing drones, and I'm sure those drones cost a lot of money because like they spend so much on these weapons and stuff, and I'm wondering if our supplies are dwindling, when we keep losing, because they underestimate Iran, and Iran has developed a technique to take down these drones, apparently. And also 5 Americans have been injured on a base. It's Kuwait. Am I saying that right? Anyway, 5 have been injured. So I'm not hearing the condition of those 5, if it's critical or minor, but let's pray for our military and our soldiers that are signed up and committed to protect our country, but sometimes are pulled into wars that, you know, a lot of Americans believe we should not be involved in because it's not our fight, but we're there because of Israel and the decisions of our administration. So, you know, if they really want America first, then they should focus on what's happening in America and the American people. But we're pulled into global things that sometimes, as a mere citizen, we don't have much control over because we're not in the government and we're not in leadership. So who's going to listen to me and a lot of other people that are not in the government? Anyway, but we do have our personal opinions. Anyway, let's move on from that. Now, in the court system, I heard that a judge ruled that Trump can't add his name to the Kennedy Center. And I don't really think it should be added. It's the Kennedy Center. So why do you want your name on there? Then leave it for, if it's been the Kennedy Center for how many years, just leave it be. You don't have to be added to everything. He wants his face added also to the $250 bill, excuse me. So if you see his face on money soon, that's because of that. So guys, just be careful about idol worship, because you shouldn't worship a mere man that can die like everybody else. I'm just saying. Dust to dust. Remember that. And you all a lot of them call themselves Christian and in the church and they believe in God, but they tend to put mere human beings up on pedestals. And those same human can die just like you if you are mortal. If you're immortal, then I guess you can't die. But if you are just a human being that bleeds like everybody else, and we come in such beautiful colors and tones, like we got the copper and the honeydew, we have the Caucasian gringos, we come in different colors and different hair textures, and it's just, the true God is amazing because he makes so many different kinds of people. He makes the Middle East people, the Indians, the Hispanic, the 12 tribes, the different animals. And you notice the animals with different patterns, the tigers, the cougars, the beautiful flowers. Why do we want to worship a mere man and become an idol worshiper? I can never figure that out, but whatever. But those are the things that I want to cover today and talk about. And yeah, you all stay safe out there. If you like what I share, you remember, just hit that like, subscribe, and if you have positive feedback and comments, I am all here for it. Negative ones, you can keep those, because I'm all about positivity and light and not into the dark energy things. Okay. Gotta go. Stay safe. Enjoy your weather and enjoy the simple things of life. Yeah. Talk to y'all later. Bye.